Good afternoon from Collinsville High School, the auxiliary gym. This is Quincy High Blue Devil basketball here on megasportsco.com. And welcome here on this Sunday as we're on the second day of Blue Devil basketball and the Collinsville tournament. The Devils lost yesterday, Triad 51-42, and that's why we're in the auxiliary gym for the 1 o'clock game. Their opponent today, the Althoff Catholic Crusaders, they come in at 5-6. They lost to Collinsville yesterday, 63-34. It could have been a Collinsville Blue Devil matchup, but not this year. So now you've got to turn around, get 3 victories out of this from the auxiliary gym so you can get some success out of that. And knowing about success and coaching, Coach Pettit, and that's exactly what we're trying to look for today.
Yeah, I mean, tough game against Triad. Looks like they came out really good. After one, it was tied at 12. They went up a little bit, and they came out third quarter, and kind of put 7-8 points, and then stayed the same, the fourth quarter. So, once again, young team learning. I mean, when you have 3 freshmen out there on the court most of the time, it's a learning process, and the Blue Devils are getting better as we go along during the season.
It is the Mecca Sports Co. pregame show, and we are at the Mecca Mobile Studio, sponsored by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. Quincy and Jacksonville, that's Sleep Tight. Stick around. We've got more of the pregame, and including the coaches' comments when we return. It's Blue Devil basketball, taking on the Crusaders of Althoff Catholic right here on megasportsco.com.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep Tight. Sleep Tight.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co. You can find us at megasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@megasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/megasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecca Sports Co.
And welcome back to the pregame show. Time now for the coaches' comments, brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. With me, Andy Douglas, head coach for the Blue Devils. And, Coach, right away I was listening to the game a little bit before we had the girls. I think that's what it. Early lead. From that point, what did the game look like?
I thought we just got outworked. That was the biggest thing. It wasn't much. They played well. They're a tough team. They're a physical team, but it was nothing that we couldn't have handled a little better than what we did. And that was a talk last night. That was our talk today after watching the film and watching a little film on Althoff. We have to be tougher. We have to play the game harder. I didn't feel like we had guys that were going all out for 4 quarters. And, when you're not as talented as other teams or as strong as other teams, that's how you're going to be able to compete with them. And, our group is learning what it's going to take to compete at this level.
So there wasn't one specific offensive, defensive spot on the game that you thought we were off?
We were off in a lot of areas. I mean, it started in transition. We were way too slow getting, guys out in the break. And that's not just with our bigs getting to the rim, although that was an issue. It was our guards, jogging up the sides of the floor and not being able to put pressure on them defensively from the start of the possession. And then once we got into our stuff, it was either we were shaky at what we wanted to do, we didn't get into our stuff until late in the shot clock, so we were just rushed in possessions.
Now we've got Althoff, the Crusaders. You got a chance to see them. The keys to the game there.
It's going to come back again. It's going to come back to toughness for us. We got to have guys that are, you're going to make mistakes. Plenty of mistakes are going to be made. the mistakes that we make have to be aggressive ones, both defensively and offensively. If we're going to make mistakes, they have to be aggressive, and we have to have guys playing the game harder than what we're playing right now. And this is going to be a true testament to that today. You might see some subs going real quick. If we have guys that aren't going to sprint their lane, we'll find somebody that will. And again, we're not going to be perfect when we're on the floor, nor do we need to be. But we have to play the game a lot harder than we played last night.
It's only Christmas break. It's been a couple weeks with this squad, really, so they have improved out here. And really, it's not about taking the tournament. Right now, it's about going 3-1 if you can and getting better each moment.
Well, and that's the biggest thing for us is, are we improving game to game? And, last game, I thought we took a step forward, in maybe 2+ quarters. But we had a lull there in the second quarter. We had a lull there early in the third quarter, and we're not good enough to have those. So, again, if we're not scoring, that's fine. We just got to rely on what we can do to get stops defensively, and that's going to take playing harder than what we played yesterday.
And I think going back to Galesburg, that's one of those games where we saw those a lot of everything pieced together for 4 quarters, more or less. That's really what you need. Again, it wasn't a high-scoring game at all.
Right, and they may not be, especially when we're playing with the shot clock. If we're guarding the way that we're capable of playing defense, we should be forcing guys into teams taking tough shots at the end of, into the shot clock. So, I thought our defense was a little better. We had guys flying around. Joel's, probably led us in deflections at the guard spot, which was great to see. Parker's always flying around, but we got to be as consistent as I thought we were at times defensively. We have to be that consistent in what we do offensively. And we talk about the deflections, and the other thing is taking the Jeremiahs anytime we get a chance. Yeah, looking to take charges. I think we only have a couple on the year, but which could say that we're doing our job defensively in gaps and we're not allowing those straight line drives. But we got to be strong in our gaps, especially against this team. A couple guys that really do well getting the ball to the rim. Got to take away as many opportunities as we can. Play tough, play hard, have fun, right? Absolutely. You got it. We'll talk to you after the game. All right, sounds good. And that's Andy Douglas. Of course, his comments are brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back. When we return, it's the Blue Devils and the Crusaders right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
QHS Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QHS Honda.
And QHS Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QHS Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QHS makes it easy.
And welcome back to Collinsville, Mecca Sports pregame show. Wellman and Pettit is where we're getting ready for this ball game. You heard from Coach Douglas, and it's a key. We've only been in this lineup a couple weeks since Thanksgiving, so they are going to make mistakes. Coach wants them to learn from their mistakes and get better.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at it, like I say, 3 freshmen, 3 sophomores in the top 8. It's a very, very young ball club. And they're learning as they go, and I can see signs of getting better, each and every game. Keys to the game tonight, looking at Althoff, got to find the shooters. Smith, a senior, averaging 12 points a game, 5 assists a game, 1.6 steals per game. He's got 68 threes, in the first 11 games, so he's going to shoot it up at 6-7 a crack. So we got to locate him, on the defense. Along with Brown, another shooter, another player. Both of them are seniors. The keys to the game tonight, locate the shooters, effort on the defensive end, execution on the offensive end. Take care of the basketball. Long shots are going to give you long boards. We got to do a good job, on the defensive glass tonight. If they're going to be launching threes, we got to be ready. Make sure you get your body on somebody every time the ball goes up. Learning process, play 32. If we do that, I think we'll be, we'll have an opportunity to get a W tonight.
Looking out there at the Crusaders right in front of us as they warm up, and Atwood looks nice and tall. Otherwise, height-wise, of course, anytime we got
He's not one of the players. It's
right.
Smith, Johnson, and Brown.
Right. And when you've got Brendan Lepper, everybody does look smaller as well. So, but watching them shooting out here, had some good shots from the corner. Really haven't fouled out there. For us, like you mentioned, play well. I mean, just get after it. And again, the guys have been doing a good job. Woodson led the team in scoring yesterday with 11 points. Got to get contributions from everybody, and it needs to be that way. Basically a team concept where, coming off the transition, we get as many baskets as possible. Second looks, trailers, and then look for the outside shot. And as we've talked about so much, you work inside out for those three-pointers.
Yep.
Hey, another one of our great sponsors here for Blue Devil Basketball and Blue Devil Basketball from the girls' side. 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen at 601 Main in Quincy. That's 8open.com, and if you're doing that, the number 8, TE, that's 8. Took me a long time to figure that one out. Open.com, and you can even schedule your food ahead of time for a different time when you can come in. Their hours are Thursday and Friday, 11 to 8, Saturday, noon to 9, closed Sunday through Wednesday, so you're going to have to wait a few days, but stop down. 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main in Quincy. Yes, I'm still trying to get down there, too, as the hospitalities have not been as good as in the past. All of us announcers and coaches and referees do always kind of judge those. Jim Roberts was the best at that. Cannot compete with him. He could out-eat anybody. And for a real quick short story, 1 year with Quincy College, he went on a road trip again, way down south. He walked into the restaurant they ate at the year before. All you can eat. Jim Roberts, not you. They had him flagged, and I might have had a picture of him. Said, you cannot eat everything you can eat. And for a little skinny guy, there are records of made rights and the things he's eaten over the years, and wonder how he's doing. I think still out in Vegas. Maybe one day we'll get a chance to hear about Jim Roberts and what's happening in his life. But now it's time for your lives out there and our lives. We're at the Blue Devils Auxiliary Gym. Lost the first one. I think we could have got by Triad. It would have been nice to play against Collinsville. But you adjust after that, move to the next game. Just like a substitution or an injury, next man up. So that'll be the way we'll go. Blue Devils will be in their home white tonight, or today. We'll go with today because tonight will be tonight. If they win, it'll be a 9 o'clock game. Lose, it's a 6. No starting lineups here, so I was going to give them to you. And our lineups will look like this. Juels Clausel, number 20. Brendan Lepper, number 54. Number 14, Thomas Woodson Jr. Parker Douglas wears number 10, and rounding that off, Tim Griffith, number 32, coached by Andy Douglas, assisted by Bruce Bonas, Jeff Obert, and Ryan Brown. On the other side, for the starters for the Crusaders, number 14 on the tip, that's Kyle Johnson. He's a senior. Number 10, Luke Smith. Number 4, Stephen Brown. Deep is number 13, Michael Franklin. And here on the one side, Jay Crumble, number 1. They're wearing basically the Notre Dame colors, royal blue, that blue and gold and white trim. And we are ready. Yeah, I expected maybe at least a starting lineup, but when you're in the auxiliary gym, take what you can get.
Yep.
Devils work right to left on your dial. For us, it's to the other end of the court. Devils get the opening tip. It is audio today only, and we're back to the radio days. Oh, and here's a steal at the top, all the way in for the Crusaders. And Crusaders score the first bucket. That was a nice job by Kyle Johnson. Stepped up in the passing lane for the score.
Soft pass.
Very soft for the Devils. Tim Griffith, top of the key. Griffith fires for 3, no good. Woodson, Lepper fighting. Lepper goes strong to the hole. 2 guys on him. Foul either on Franklin or Johnson.
That's where you want to see Lep, underneath the basket, getting the rebound, shot fake it and then going up strong. He'll get stronger. He'll finish that with a dunk here in the next year or 2.
Foul was called on Michael Franklin, number 13, I'm hoping, because they saw a 3 on that one hand. Lep's first free throw is no good. Touches 3 sides of the rim before falling out. Devils keep Woodson and Griffith in there for the free throw.
Got to stay steady on that free throw line. You can't be leaning forward.
Lep's second one, good. Nothing but net on that one. So the Devils break into the scoring column. 2-1 early in this one here. Wellman and Pettit, glad you're with us on this Sunday afternoon. 30 seconds into this ball game. Devils back man-to-man. Top of the key, that's Crumble. He goes to the left side. Off a screen coming out high is Brown. Brown's 3 is good. Brown came around the screen, hit it. Nothing but net on Brown's shot.
Well, and that's their secondary three-point shooter. You got to make sure you can't get lost from him.
Right side corner. Griffith for three, no good. Big rebound inside. That was Franklin. Here come the Crusaders. Oh, and a good job. They went looking at the left wing and threw a no-look pass down to the left block. Kyle Johnson was there for an easy layup, but when he went up, lost the ball, went out of bounds. Devils basketball.
You know, when they're down there on the defensive end, you got to keep your hands out wide. You could have got a deflection on that one.
Devils in the half-court set. Left side, Clisell, 28 feet from the basket. Back to Parker Douglas at the top. Double foul inside, and that is a cheap call. I like it. Now, maybe early in the game, they're going to try to set the tone for the two guys inside. But what they do, Lepper gets one. I think Johnson gets the other one, or maybe Franklin gets his second. All you got to do is an official on the baseline. Guys, hey, let's watch the good-looking play.
Well, Lep needs to sit low on that. When he gets down on the block, you know, you sit down, you know, on your butt and have them go over you, it's going to be a foul on them. When you're straight up and down throwing elbows, that ain't going to work.
And it didn't mean that as the bailout. I just said, though, that when you call a double foul, unless they're just physically, usually later in the game.
Oh, yeah, and that wasn't that physical.
Woodson, top of the key.
Bad shot.
Three, hits the side of the board, and that was it from out high. Little quick for the Devils. Crusaders with the ball, 5-1 lead. Right in front of us in the corner. Shifted his feet, got away with it with the drive. And that was a drive by Luke Smith. Ball works to the left side where Smith has it now. Skips over here in front of us, right wing. Good ball movement. Brown had the ball, now takes it back to the top of the key. Griffith has him, down to 12 on the shot clock. We have a shot clock here.
Okay.
Devils picking it up. Clausell doing a nice job. Brown back to the top of the key. Smith starts the drive, pulls up 14-footer, no good. Big rebound inside, and that was Franklin again. Missed the shot.
What's he got beat on the block out that time?
Franklin went up strong, but the Devils get the second rebound.
Strong,
inside to Lep.
Right there.
And Lep gets hounded. I thought maybe he had moved his feet initially because he did make a quick move. Everybody was working on the contact. When you're 6'7", they look up high with the at the shots there. I'm not sure who they called that on because they have no board here, so we're going to go with team foul number 2. We do know that. Devils trigger under their basket. Lepper gets it. Lepper posted up, second block. Turns, and then he did the one thing you're not supposed to do when you make that move, stick out the arm to scrape. And he stuck it out, it led, and it could have been a flop as Coach Douglas is asking about.
That's his second.
Yes, so Lepper's got 2. Devils got 2 fouls. 5:42 left in the first quarter. Wilson Freiberg up, Lepper will sit down. Coach Douglas, by the way, not wearing his glasses. That's why when I snuck up on him, I said, can you see in those glasses? I snuck up on you pretty quick there. And I'm not a small target. 2 fouls on Lepper, 2 on the Devils, 2 on the other side against Althoff Crusaders. Althoff Catholic. Parker Douglas going to pick up in the backcourt. He's got Lauren Green. Oh, my gosh. Lauren Green.
No, that's Smith.
All righty here. Baseline. Smith back out high. Kicks it in. Drive. Kicks it back out to Smith on the left side. The drive, Franklin. And
offensive.
They're calling a travel.
Okay, well, we'll take that.
Good move there by Franklin. I thought we might get a reach in as Parker slid down to slap. Instead, Devils will get the ball. Also in the game, Avion Tate came in. Woodson Jr. checked out. Tate at the point. Right side, Griffith. Right corner is Parker Douglas. Ball comes back to the top. Clausell uses Tate's screen. Avion's got to not stick those arms out. Inside, great pass from the left side to the right block. Tim Griffith made the cut. He gets the basket. Clausell with the rebound, or the assist.
I love Griffith going to the basket.
Devils down 5-3. Inside 5 minutes, first quarter action here in Collinsville.
Oh.
Douglas makes a chance. Tate covers for him. On the right side, Crumble takes it in. Crumble scores, and Crumble will get the blue-collar 3 attempt. And you got to be quick to see who fouled on that, Coach. You can tell on the drive. Again, for us, we've got to look. The table is clear across the other side. Blue ball. White 33. On the rebound. So that's our third foul. I think that was on 33. That would be
Freiberg.
Yep. Tipped around, shot. And that one got in quick. And Franklin put it up before anybody really realized it was there. Devils down now, 9-3.
Once again, the defense falling asleep.
Griffith, left side, pulls for three, no good. Came right back at him. He didn't follow the shot, but Smith did get it. Smith, full court. Smith with a spin move about 8 feet from the basket, actually closer to 4 foot. And here's a 6-point run from the Crusaders. Devils down 11-3. Take it inside. Avion Tate gets double teamed. Get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Good ball fake there from Douglas.
It should be one pass, another pass. Should have an open look.
Parker Douglas made the drive and took the shot, no good. Parker made a great ball fake to the left first to get that lane. Good speed there down the lane by Crumble. Misses the shot. Check that, Stephen Brown. Devils get the rebound. Down by 8. Man-to-man coming from the Crusaders. Right side, Tate. 20 feet, 30 feet from the basket. Tim Griffith from the right side. Clausell comes to get the ball. Jewels works against Thompson. Check that, Crumble. There's Freiberg at the high post. Looked, and good job by not forcing that one. Kicked it back out to Griffith.
Down to 10 on the shot clock.
Griffith to the hole. Tim Griffith with a big, strong move to the hole. Griffith's got 4, and it breaks that 6-point run by the Crusaders. Tim saw the lane, took it hard, and then got it up there with the extended hand.
I say he looks much better driving the ball to the hole.
Luke Smith to the hole. Kid's got good ability with the basketball. Good hesitation dribble. By the way, Lauren Green's number 11. He does play for the team. Shot from outside. Clausell, good from 3. Jewels hits the outside 3. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. 12th and Seminary Road. 13-8. Devils are down. Overlapping, which is a double dribble. And the Devils basketball with 2:21 left in the first quarter. Back in the ball game is Woodson Jr. Kenai Humphrey comes in, so it's Douglas and Humphrey in the backcourt. Woodson Jr., Clausell, and Tate across the back line. Subs on the other side. Brown still stays in there. Lauren Green made an appearance. Thank you. Bad pass inside, tipped away, and Lauren Green gets it. Here comes Crumble across the timeline. Hesitates. Kenai's all over him. Skips over to the left side. That's Franklin. Franklin brings it back to the right side where Crumble's on the right wing. Kenai's all over him. Gave him a break in the first step. Crumble misses. Woodson tips out the rebound and gets it to Clausell on the left side. Jewels takes it to the middle of the court. And bumped there on the drive. Foul was called on Stephen Brown. And for Brown, his first. Should be the 3rd in the quarter.
Good things happen when you get in that, transition. You get the ball in the middle of the floor. They got to either stop you or you're going to go right to the basket and dish off for a layup or a 3.
And Jewels did a good job. Started on the left side.
Yep.
Took the dribble right to the middle of the court, like you said, Coach. Parker Douglas underneath his own basket. Out to Woodson Jr. Almost lost the ball. Clausell comes to get it, so the guard has it now. Wilson Freiberg had checked in a second ago. Clausell brings it to the right side. Backdoor cut. Kenai was there, but dribbled out. Kicks it to Parker at the top of the key. Being guarded there by Crumble. Check that, Brown. Mixing those two up. The floater. Good floater there by Parker Douglas. Got the blooper up and over the defender. Devils cut it to a 3-point deficit. 13-10. 1:20 left first quarter action.
Outscoring them, 7-2 the last 3 minutes?
Ball goes into a cutting Brown, quickly out to the corner. That was Lauren Green. Lauren Green went to the basket, and Woodson Jr. with a block. And then Kenai and Lauren Green.
Kenai ain't going to let go of the ball.
No, neither one are. They're still holding on to it real tight. It says it's my ball. No, it's mine. That was good hustle by both guys.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody got too aggressive, but it was pretty sweet when they sat there looking at each other, holding on, and said, "You're not going to pry it from my hands until they're cold and dead." It will be alternate possession here with 1:07 in the first. Crusaders will get it under their basket. Stephen Brown to trigger it. Works it out to the right side. Smith back at the top. Being guarded by his numeral counterpart, number 10, Parker Douglas. With the drive, kicks it to Franklin. Franklin with the drive, pulls up. 13-footer no good. Avery Beeston, who just checked in, gets the weak side rebound.
Good defense by Freiberg on that possession.
Here it is, into the post. Woodson. Oh, and a great step in. Woodson got a fake. He stepped in, shot it too hard, but on the weak side got his offensive board and got fouled right away. That was a good move. He went right.
Great move. Bad shot.
Put the ball up there. The defense flew over his head, stepped through it, went to the hole, and then missed the shot. He just had too much juice on that baby. Woodson to the line to shoot 2. Thomas's first one is no good. We talked about that early in the season. We're at 43%. Got to go up, right?
Can't go much lower.
And Parker Douglas. We joke, but again, that's what you got to do. You got to have a little freedom with this because if you think about it too much, your brain's going to get in the way. So Parker Douglas goes out as Tim Griffith comes back in for the Devils. Second one no good. Kanai knocked it away, but Luke Smith comes away with it. For the Crusaders, down to 38 seconds. About 7 seconds differential on the shot and game clock. First quarter. Avery pounding out high on Crumble. Here's a shot from behind the arc, and Luke Smith in traffic with defense. He's got 7 now, 16-10, the Crusaders. Devils get it inside. Tim Griffith goes strong, and we've got a foul with 18.5. They say 1-0, so we'll mark that down as Luke Smith.
Yep.
15 fouls, so Devils will go to the line with 18.5 left in the first quarter.
Well, we told you before the game started, he averages shooting 6-7 threes a game. He pulled up there and let it fly.
6-7. I'm sorry.
6 or 7 three-pointers
No,
per game.
I'm not a grade school kid. Actually, I have one of the little kids up here when I said that. I only know because I have a grandson who's between 6 and 7. It's kind of a nutty thing, I guess, out there. It made In-N-Out Burger take the 67 order off the books. Griffith missed the first. Second one no good as well, so the Devils 1 for 4, actually 1 for 6 in this ball game early.
He's having trouble putting the ball in the basket. He's had a couple of threes and a couple of free throws now. Going to the hole, he's doing fine.
Here we are at the end of that. There we go, the end of the quarter here. And after 1 quarter here from Collinsville, it's the Althoff Crusaders 16 and your Blue Devils 10. We're back with the second quarter action right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And we are back here at Collinsville here as we get ready here. Well, and you go, and it's great because, you know, they've got a lot of people in here, and of course in the back they've been doing a lot of construction. And with that construction there, it's tight back there. But I think we had a good spot, but a bus has to get through there. So they're asking us, is there any way you can do anything about it? I said, well, you can take my keys, but we ain't getting up from here. It's really good. And you know why I like that guy, don't you, Coach? What was the key to that guy that you liked?
He's very nice.
Chicago Bear hat. You didn't catch that.
Well,
Bears play tonight. First quarter, Devils are down 16-10. That 6-point run that got the Crusaders up 11-3 was stretched that we've cut back into that. Second quarter, the Devils will have it. Parker Douglas, Tim Griffith, Avery Beeston, Thomas Woodson Jr., and Joels Clausel for the Devils.
Althoff in a 2-3 matchup.
Skipped over left side, Beeston. Beeston starts the drive. He's stopped right away by Luke Smith. Smith, Crumble, Brown, Franklin, and Lauren Green. Tim dribbling too much in the paint, stepping in, take the ball away, and that was a new sub in there, Caden Clay. Beeston, though, for the Devils with a steal. Outlets, Parker Douglas got too far into the basket. The pass was too long, missed, and here come the Crusaders. No good on the shot, but the tip was on the weak side, and that's Jay Crumble. He's got 4.
Once again, that ball goes up on the glass. You got to make sure you get a body on somebody.
18-10. Beeston 22 feet from the right side. Shot at 23 feet. We're heading the other way. Crusaders inside 7 minutes and a half. Lead 18-10. Backdoor cut by Luke Smith. Good cut. A better defensive play as Clausell came down, stopped the pass inside to Franklin, and the Devils have the basketball. Beeston picked it up way too soon, but it's out to Parker Douglas. Douglas for three, no good. Tipped. Nice tip by Jewels. Woodson Jr. could not get to it. We've got a quick timeout. Saw Parker right before the ball game. I was on Highway 55 coming down. I said, Parker, I saw your town. I said, what town's that? New Douglas. It's the name of a town down here. He said, no way. So they'll be checking out New Douglas just north of here on I-55. 6:35 left, first half action. Crusaders from Althoff Catholic 18, the Blue Devils 10, Wellman and Pettit sitting courtside. Luke Smith brings it down across the court for Althoff Catholic. Kind of a knee brace on his right knee. The pick, but no roll. Sliding off that was Franklin. Back to the top by Crumble. Devils staying in man-to-man. We haven't seen the 2-3 yet, have we, or was it early? Did we throw the 2-3 out there a little earlier? Drive, kicks out to the corner. No good on the three. Parker Douglas tips it to Griffith. Devils get the rebound. Nice job. Tim brings it down. Goes into the high post. Check it, the double block. Woodson does the one thing you don't do, and that's dribble. He dribbled to the left and then brought it back to the right. By the time he brought it back to the right, Caden Clay was there to make the jump ball.
Well, I always like the idea of, when you're down there catching face, rip it low, then you can see everybody that's coming to you.
Thomas needs to relax a little bit too. Once he gets the foul or the jump ball called, he needs to stop swinging the elbows. He's going to get called in the game and get tossed. It's good to be aggressive, but you got to take that anger a little bit and focus it to a positive. Mike Llewellyn will appreciate that in the mindset. Inside 6 minutes in the first half. 18-10 Althoff Catholic right now. Only one score in the second quarter. That's a two-pointer for the Crusaders. From the left side, three-pointer. I guess I shouldn't have said that. Three-pointer by the sub, Evan Cometh. And Cometh in he did, and Cometh in he hit the three. 21-10, Devils down by 11. Key how he can get away. Clausell tried to go from 30 feet, 25 feet, and tried to bounce it to a cutting Parker Douglas on the baseline. Out of bounds turnover. Back over to Catholic. Althoff across the timeline. That's Cometh. Being hounded by Griffith. Pushing to the right side. Cometh, good shooter, but he was getting hounded with the basketball. I'd hound him a little bit more. Smith has it on the wing now. Back to the top of the key. 15 seconds on the shot clock as Smith gets it off the right side. Franklin with cut. He missed the handle of the ball. Beeston went for it, but Franklin gets on the floor. Out hustles the Devils. Three-pointer no good, but Woodson Jr. gets the weak side rebound for QHS. That kid plays hard everywhere. Michael Franklin. Right side. I'd have you fill up the gas, but it was already full. And he also has a Chicago Bears shirt. Good pass in there. Tim Griffith to Woodson. Woodson gets the basket.
I'll tell you what, halftime will move it. Is that
21-12 rush. Devils with the score on that play. Sorry about that, Coach. I had to bring you down as you were discussing the car situation in the parking lot. Getting close to 4 minutes. Smith on the side. Hands off to Clay. That is for the Crusaders. We'll get the ball to Crumble. Crumble will set. Clay skips it over right side. Cometh to Luke. 4 on the perimeter. Franklin at the high post. We're down to 5 on the shot clock. Good defensive stand, but Smith has it in his hands. And Smith does just what he wants. He runs all the way, takes a runner from about 8 foot for a score. When he had problems there getting the ball to Smith, that's when you close it down. And so when 5 seconds are left, he doesn't have the ball in his hands. Good ball player. Right side, Beeston in the corner. Avery starts to make a drive. He's going to get bumped on the drive. Looks like number 5. We'll give it to Cometh. Not even sure team fouls because they don't have them up there either. That's the color guy's job. Griffith and Beeston will go out. Kenai comes back in as well as Freiberg. Sorry about that, Wilson. Parker Douglas to trigger it. Clausell gets it almost back to half court. Being hounded there by Jay Crumble. Pushes him off a little bit with the butt and then takes it to the right side. Freiberg now skips over to Parker Douglas. Left wing, it is Humphrey. Humphrey being hounded there by Brown initially. Kenai has it at the top with only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Pick and roll. Gets tipped away. And a shot clock violation. Waited too long to make something happen. Kenai then tried to throw it on the lob, but forgot the defender was right in front of him, tipping the ball away. 3:18 left, halftime. 23-12. Crusaders from Althoff Catholic on the lead on your Devils. In the backcourt will be Smith. Crumble comes to the right side. Comes back up now and gets the basketball. And then cuts to the hole after passing the ball to Clay. And we get an offensive foul then on the baseline. Good job on defense. I believe Classell was playing on Crumble. Crumble bumped him. And with that, Crumble's first foul I've got. Team foul I've got 2, but that's another good question.
Well, good job of moving your feet, getting in position and taking the charge.
Devils in the half-court set. Beeston's back in. Avery's on the left wing, brings the dribble back to the top. We tried a pick and roll, but there wasn't a very good roll, and he wasn't open. We can't just throw the ball in an empty spot. Althoff Catholic has it. Franklin works hard to the basket. Beeston did a heck of a job, and Woodson helped out. Air ball from this corner. Cometh can't hit from this corner at least. He might come back and hit one in a second. Devils have the basketball. Working way hard to get it into Woodson Jr.
You got to sit low when you're trying to post up.
Freiberg had it and gives to Clausell at the point. Joel starts the drive. Kicks it back out to Beeston, top of the key. Approaching 10 left on the shot clock. Joel's from the right side fakes. Starts the drive. Ball's knocked away. 6 left on the shot clock. Devils ball under their own basket on the baseline. Extend that out a little farther. Closer to the three-point line. Still on the baseline. Beeston will trigger it. Lauren Green checks back in for the Crusaders. All the way out to Freiberg. Freiberg gets it to Woodson. Woodson out to Parker Douglas. Long three. Does hit the iron before the shot clock violation, but they had to take what they could get. From left corner, three-pointer, no good taken. Parker Douglas with a big rebound. Parker across the timeline. Lobs it ahead. Woodson Jr. skips it out to the left corner to Beeston. Beeston a runner. Good with a little left runner. Had the foot and the knee up in the way. And Avery with a bucket there.
This last 140 of the second quarter, Blue Devils get a couple of baskets, a couple of stops. We'll be right back in the ball game.
Timeout taken. It's only a 30, and we'll keep it here. We'll tell you that Atlas Slice is one of our fine sponsors. 101 North 6. We've talked about chef-driven craft pizza and wings. That means that the chef drives what we cook and the different type pizzas. Oven flame, high heat. Great stuff down there. They're open Thursday and Fridays 4 to 9. Saturdays noon to 9. Atlas Slice 121 North 6, Quincy. All right, 1:35 left in the first half, Coach. Down 23-14. We were down by 6 at the half. Extended it out to 11 points, 21-10. So the Devils have fought back within 9. I know that doesn't sound like much, but get it back to single digits.
Well, like I say, these next couple of possessions here to close out this half are going to be very, very important. If you get a couple of stops and a couple of scores, then you're at 23-18 going into half.
And that is a key with the shot clock. Normally with 1:35 left, the team might stretch it to 1.
Yeah, shot clocks are, This is a whole new ball game.
Still an offensive. Well, I think there's defense involved there. Ball is inbounded. Luke Smith comes and gets it just off the top of the key to the right side, getting a screen there from Lauren Green. Good job by Freiberg stepping up and almost left Smith go for a shot.
Good hands.
Freiberg had good hands, but it went up on the backboard and almost went in. Beeston got the rebound. Avery skips across to Clausell. Joels had to go back and get it as he only grabbed it with one hand, lost the handle on it. Joel's having a tough time standing. Beeston with 1 minute left in the first half. Good backdoor cut. Avion Tate checked in. Tate gets the recipient of the Beeston pass.
Okay, there's the one basket. Now we need another stop.
23-16 inside, 1 minute left. Luke Smith gets it out here to Cometh. Hounding him is Tate. Don't need the hand checks, and it was good defense, but we had to reach in on it. Just keep between your man, the ball, and the basket. Aggressive is good, and once he picks it up, then close in, right, Coach?
Yeah, pick it up. You should be, arm's length away as you're guarding them. Once they pick it up, chest to chest, hands going up, dead. And then all your teammates should get in passing lanes.
14 left on the shot clock. Luke Smith sends it over here to the right side. Back in the ball game is Caden Clay. To the top of the key to Lauren Green. Wide open under the basket, and they don't see him as Clay.
Good defense.
That's because,
reach.
Clausell, great job. And Clausell did a great job there, and it was 1 second left, but he had to reach in a little bit and got the arm. If he kept his hands up, it would have been an altered shot, and it would have been a good shot if he would have made it, but good defense.
Good physical defense. You like that as a coach, them getting up into the grill, and making it hard for them to score.
And that's the reason Crumble had trouble on the left wing when his man was wide open, nobody was around him in the block, is because of the defense. Clausell was all over him. Free throw no good. On the low block is Freiberg and Tate.
But when I leave here, let me back in.
Oh, you got to move your own vehicle?
I got to move my car. Not yours. Yours didn't have to be moved.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
Oh, well done.
That's what I was wondering because I was wedged in between three cars. So.
Second free throw was good by Crumble. Devils with 23 seconds and counting. Shot clock should be off. Clausell has it. High post Freiberg. Of course, Lepper had 2 fouls early. That's why you haven't seen Brennan. Down to 13, 12. Clausell.
Did a good shot
Good job by Freiberg on the roll. Double team, though, has it slapped away. Out to Clausell. The shot. Good from three. Jewels with the shot, his second three.
All right, there's our second bucket. Now we got to stop him.
The long shot at the buzzer hits iron and hits backboard. Pettit's going to head out as we get a three-pointer from Jewels. You know what that means. Woodmart Building Center, woodmartbuildingcenter.com. As we end the half, Devils find themselves only down by 5. Your score at the half, Althoff Catholic 24. Your Quincy High Blue Devils 19, and it's Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Ride the Baja Wave and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Get a 6-pack of 24-ounce bottles right now at Walmart for only $5.67. Choose any Pepsi product. That's a 6-pack of 24-ounce bottles for only $5.67.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us here at Kunis Hyundai
and Kunis Honda of Quincy. As we wrap up another wonderful year, we just wanted to say thank you
to our friends, customers, and neighbors across the Quincy community.
Your trust and support made 2025 an incredible year for our Kunis family.
From our family to yours.
We wish you peace, joy, and safe travels this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.
And back at Collinsville, the auxiliary gym. Never been here before. There's 4 bleachers on each side. That's as far as up as you go. But a nice gymnasium nonetheless. Better if you're not losing and over here, but you got to play your game. It's a good-looking court. Devils find themselves down by 5 at halftime. It started out with Althoff doing this first scoring of the ball game. Althoff led 5-3, and then they went on a 6-point run, 11-3. Devils down by 8. Devils worked it back within 3 before giving up a 3 at the end of the first quarter, down 16-10 after 1. Coming out of the second quarter, Althoff quickly 5 points. Hit a bucket and then a 3-pointer. Devils found themselves down 21-10, and the Devils then hit a bucket, 21-12, rush. There you are. And then after one more bucket, it was 23-12. Coach said, next 2 possessions on defense and offense are important. 2 good defensive stands by the Blue Devils. Devils came down, hit 2 buckets in a row, and then after them buckets, Clausell hits a 3-pointer, and that gives you the 24-19 deficit. Devils working it back, and you've got to do it possession by possession. There is no 10, 15-point play unless you're on MTV, and I don't even know if they still have that game or not. So good stuff so far. Devils need to come back, and, of course, if they win, they will play at 9 o'clock tonight. So you might take a nap, set your alarm, get back up for some of us. Lose, I think it's a 6 o'clock game, but we'll worry about that after the game. And, of course, the post game brought to you by Hardee's. It'll be Hardee's from 30th and Broadway, and we'll have the coach's comments, but that's still 16 minutes away in this one, plus another 7 minutes for halftime. Looking at the scoring first in the first half, Clausell had a three-pointer in the first and second quarter. Tim Griffith had 4 points in the first quarter, and as we mentioned, everybody else is 2 here and 2 there. The key was Brennan Lepper getting those 2 fouls. They called a double foul on him and Franklin inside early. We talked about it briefly. You can correct that as the official on the baseline by saying, guys, cut it out. I'm going to have to call a foul here. You know, making that, I guess, that initial call really set the stage to say, all right, guys, I'm not going to put up with it. Here we go. So, you know, whether you make that call early or not, you at least got the guys to play a little cleaner, but it put the Blue Devils in trouble with Lepper down with 2 fouls. So that's where we're at here at halftime. We'll take another break. We'll come back for more of the Mecca Sports Halftime right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Mecca Sports Co. is proud to sponsor tonight's Player of the Game. Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all Quincy High School basketball. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube to follow the action. Just search Mecca Sports Co. MECCASPORTSCO. And you can also find us at MeccaSportsCo.com for the full game schedule and more.
And it's halftime. Welcome back to Collinsville, the auxiliary gym. And, you know, we sent Coach Pettit out in the halftime to park cars, you know, as a part-time job while he's down here. And it's kind of funny because we did have to move back there. They've got doing a lot of improvements to the west, building something, but out here behind us in the north, so they've got it all blocked off because with the rain that is mudslides. So you've got to watch that. Last time, and it was the first time I was ever at Collinsville after being a player, that I was here, that somebody left to go to their car. It was Ed DiMartino. I got down here late in the first quarter. Some have heard the story. For those who haven't, I'll send this one to you. So you get here in Collinsville. I get up to the main area up there where the media is over the court. First quarter action. I'm a former coach at that time doing color. I left Culver Stockton, of course, Quincy University as a coach too. Back then it was Quincy College. And all of a sudden in the dead ball, the public address announcer said, Missouri license, blah, 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 blah. Your lights are on. And so Ed goes, that's my car. I'll be right back. And off he went. Ed, I love this story. I'm sorry. But I don't know if I loved it at the time. The quarter was over. The second quarter went. It was halftime. Now, nowadays, if you threw me into this, I could do it from the seat of my pants. Maybe. All of a sudden, it was second half. And I'm looking pretty dumb. I think Lepper and Millsap and these guys were all playing, so it was a good team. People in Quincy were scratching their heads going, what is going on WTAD? Finally, in the fourth quarter, Ed showed back up. almost as long as this story is taking. And at that point, he goes, well, my battery was dead and I had to charge it up. And so, from that point on, we had a lot of stories throughout those years. Thank you, Ed, for sharing some of that fun back in the day, and that we could share it some 40 years later, maybe 30 years later. Coach Pettit, first half is in the books. The Devils are only down 24-19. You talked, and I already brought it up too, but you may expound on that. We needed 2 stops. We needed a couple of good offensive stands, and we had both of them.
2 stops and 2 scores. I mean, and taking that momentum into the start of the third quarter, these first 3 minutes are going to be of the utmost importance for us to stay in the ball game. If we come back with another, couple stops, couple scores, we're right there and go. If Althoff comes out and does just the opposite of what we're looking for, then once again you're back out to a 10-point lead, and it's going to be an uphill struggle all second half.
The guy we were looking for on the other side, that's the Crusaders. It's Luke Smith. Coach Pettit, nice job of getting the ball. Bounce pass in off Milton's backside, waiting for him to be on that court at one time, not just shooting around. I believe after the break, Milton will be back. Smith, he hit a 3, had 7 points in the first quarter. He's got 9 in the half, but I thought the Devils tried to do a better job in the second. In fact, that shot he made in the second quarter was running down with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and it was a runner with defense on him.
Well, and that's the one thing also that I didn't bring up is, this 35-second shot clock, it's going to affect the game tremendously. You got to get into your offensive sets, a lot faster, a lot smoother, and get it going. We haven't been able to do that in the first half. That's why the offenses look a little discombobulated.
And if you're a defensive-minded coach like many are, and I was, it's great because any slowing down or any great defense at the beginning of that shot clock, which was 30 when I had it, pretty well stifles the other team. And then you can jump right in, maybe get them off, really a low percentage shot.
I mean,
get it and go.
With the 35-second shot clock, I was always a strong believer in you do the ball press, you don't try to steal it. You make them take 8-9 seconds to get it over half court. Then it's going to take them another 5-6 seconds to get into a set. You stop the first set, and then you're down to 5.
Yep.
And then you get after it.
Devils will get the ball to start the second half. It'll be Parker Douglas, Tim Griffith, Brendan Lepper back in with 2 fouls, Juels Crossell, and Thomas Woodson. I was the one who'd go Goodson. Good if he's playing well. So Woodson, Jr., for the Devils in their home white trimmed in blue. Other side, you're going to see Crumble, Smith, Franklin. Maybe a different sub over there. Brown trying to check who they got back inside. Yeah, that is Kyle Johnson. He started the ball game. Lepper, top of the key.
Good
backdoor
pass.
cut. Parker Douglas took the screen from Clussell. Douglas gets the score, and that is all due to Lepper's assist.
That's the Joker effect right there.
That was sweet there. Devils back on the defensive stand, man-to-man. Top of the key, Smith. And Smith, happy feet, but before the happy feet, we had a moving screen.
Is that on Brown?
Yeah, it was. I had 2 for Brown. I'm not really sure. We'll have to listen up here a little bit.
Number 4. Number 4 got the foul.
Yes.
1 Brown.
Yeah, it was. Brown wears 4.
Okay.
Crumble wears 1. That's the 2. I kept flipping them back and forth, Coach, when I kept looking. Devils in the set. Get it out to Lepper. Lepper, the backdoor cut. Woodson is not there. Lepper holds on to it, but then almost loses it, then does.
He does lose it.
Basically, Brendan came over and a little lazily just dropped the ball to Parker. You've got to stop, make sure he gets it in his hands.
Well, if it's one of those dribble handoffs, you got to make sure you hand it off, just like, the quarterback going to hand it off to the running back. You got to make sure it's there.
24-21, had to adjust my board there. Although I had.
Well, another stop, though. You know what I mean? That's the thing I'm looking at here is they're not executing offensively at a high rate, but their defense, they're getting after it and slowing them down. The effort on the defensive end.
Juel's right in front of us in the right corner. Steps up to the right wing to get the ball. Kicks it to Tim Griffith. Starts his dribble to the left side. Woodson Jr. has it. On the perimeter, Douglas picks it up, dribbles. Griffith has it on the left side. Lepper was trying to get big. Griffith made a good move in there, but coming over was Johnson. 2 guys were there. 1 guy got a block, but the other got the arm. Crusaders at the ball in transition. Pulling up. Off the right side, not a good-looking shot. Franklin, but it ended up getting tipped out. Crusaders with another chance with the basketball. Smith has it now just off the right side. He's got Jewels on him. Crossover dribble. Jewels does a great job, but a great cut to the basket by Johnson, and Smith got the ball to him.
Can't let him cut in front of your face. That doesn't work.
26-21, 6:10 left in the third quarter, Devils at the elbow. Leopard goes all the way in the left corner. Tim Griffith sets, shoots, and a sweet shot from three. It hit and very softly hit both sides of the rim and then stayed in, which was nice. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Kevin at 12th and Seminary Roads waiting for you to stop on in. Talk to Dink and the guys and the gals. Woodmart Building Center.
Well, once again, you got to go inside out. We had the paint touch and the kick out for the shot.
Devils back on defense. Shot from the right side. Nice shot coming around the screen. That was Brown. Had to double check since we have Brown and Crumble looking alike. Brown had the 3-point in the first quarter. Woodson, no good for the three, but Lepper gets a big rebound. Oh, and Tim Griffith made a cut to the basket. He dished it off to Parker Douglas, who missed it. Woodson got the ball, but then Woodson threw the ball away.
That's that inexperience right there, getting the ball, wanting to do something with it too fast. Hold on the ball. You got 5 seconds.
Luke Smith works against Parker Douglas, bounces into the right corner. Back to the top of the key. Southpaw, high arching shot, no good by Kyle Johnson.
Go. You only got 35 seconds.
Rebound was Parker Douglas, brings it across the timeline. Ball works to the left side. Lepper's trying to get big. Weak side help was there as Johnson and Lepper were both up with their hands up high, almost giving double high fives. Johnson goes coast to coast, but gets under the basket and misses it. Parker Douglas, outlet. Clausell. Whoa, that's a dangerous one. Brown got there late. Couldn't get set for that. Clausell was already up in the air with the high arching left hand shot. Jewels will go to shoot two. Good outlet on that one. Douglas got it up to Jewels on the wing. Brown tried to come over, make the play. Should be the second team foul.
Well, much better job here in the third quarter of, picking up the pace because, 35 seconds, you can't walk it up. You're going to have a chance to run one play, that's it. We're pushing the ball and getting good looks at the hoop.
Jewels' first free throw rattles in, pops out. Kind of like Griffith's shot in the corner. It did that, but it did it and jumped up, but stayed in.
Well, and that's the one thing. If you're down the corner and left's being fronted, get it out front, move it around, then come over to the other side and repost. It'll be open then.
Substitutions come in. Avery Beeston checks in. Also, Avion Tate. Lepper and Parker Douglas drop back as Jewels has one more free throw. Second one does the same thing, rattles in and pops out instead of staying in. So 2 missed opportunities there. Devils still down by 4, 28-24. 4:25 and counting left, third quarter action.
All right, let's get another stop here.
Avion Tate playing good D. Now remember, Avion don't have to get up in his grill too tight. Getting through a screen there.
That one you got to get up in his grill.
Exactly. Luke Smith with the basketball. Parker's right there. Kicks it out left side. Now Luke sets a screen for Stephen Brown. Brown being hounded by Beeston. Good job there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Right side, no good for the shot. Lepper was screening out. That gave a chance for Parker Douglas to get the rebound and bring it down. Right side, Lepper for the three, no good. Good hustle by Clausell. Saved the ball inside. And it could be on the floor, which it is. He saved it to Avion Tate. Tate made a strong move to the hole, but got fouled while he was still on the ground. I'm going to have to get my box scores that they have in the pigeonholes for afterwards to see who fouled and get my book cleaned up. I got a feeling it might have been Brown, though, because he might be out with 4 fouls now. Checking back in.
And that's a big piece for Althoff Catholic.
Yes. Caden Clay comes in, the guard, the freshman guard.
Oh, great
Good
play.
cut there, and Parker Douglas on the out-of-bounds play to the opposite block to Clausell, cut into the basket with the score. Devils are within 2.
And Andy Douglas special on the out-of-bounds play.
That was sweet. 4 on the perimeter, Cutters. Right side, Franklin goes back to the top to Lauren Green. Lauren gets it to Luke Smith. Smith has Parker Douglas hounding him. Left-handed dribble to the left side. Now steps back for the long three, no good. Didn't get the screen out of the rebound, and another chance. Smith's next one is no good. Lauren Green saves it, and we didn't get the ball. The missed shot there, another offensive board, 3 in a row. Driving baseline, Beeston's going to commit the foul. It will be Crusaders basketball.
Got to get your body on somebody, boys.
Some of those bounces just came out over top of us, but a couple of them was just get your hands on it and move the man out. Crusaders, box out of bounds play. Cutting, there's Clay. Oh, and there it was. Fell asleep on the weak side. Clay basically ran the same thing that we just ran. Too easy with 3:01 left. Quick timeout. 30-second. We'll keep it here then with 30 and talk about 8 open at 601 Main, a Southern Kitchen. You know, I'm going to talk about these sandwiches, and I'm going to have every one of them just so Greg Green knows that I've tasted them all. Coach Wassman, the Coach Douglas, the Southern Belle, the Plain Jane. Those are all just regular fried chicken sandwiches, each one with a little different twist. Coach, you've had a couple of those down there. The Mayor Schultz Horseshoe. I think the most people are liking this is Smash Burger. I know Coach Longo said that. Is that what you had as well?
I had a Doc Holiday.
I could not remember what that was. And what was the Doc Holiday?
Cheddar cheese, bacon, and barbecue sauce.
There we go. So check the Doc Holiday as well. We're 8 open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main, Quincy. All right, timeout taken. It turned in from a 30 to a full timeout as they sat down. If you've ever wondered that in a game, if you're setting. But if you have a 30, you've got to stand and be on the court. 30 to 26. Devils down. They were down by 5 at the half. Down 4 now. Got us within 2 there before that last basket. Coming out is Freiberg, Beeston, Douglas, Clausell, and Tate. Freiberg runs all the way down to the other end as the Devils are working left to right on your dial in the second half. Passive pressure and a 1-2-2 now from the Crusaders. Actually, they're going to make it a 1-2-2 aggressive a little bit. Douglas in the backcourt. This is the kill time on the shot clock. All the way down to Tate. Tate at the free throw line. Back out to Beeston. Beeston's 3, no good. Oh, Freiberg with a great tip. Douglas got it. Kicks it out. Clausell's shot. Rolls in and rolls out for 3. Rebound inside by Franklin for Althoff Catholic. Smith across the timeline. That's a good job of keeping that ball alive. Freiberg gets the ball as it was tipped. Franklin lost the handle. Bounce pass, Clausell right out in front. Give Freiberg a great job on defense. Give him the assist. And it's Clausell with a basket. Devils back within 2, 30 to 28.
Great job pushing the ball on transition offense.
Smith passes right side. Smith makes a cut to the basket. He gets the ball and takes it all the way in. Parker just got caught behind him by a step. I don't think he expected him to cut to the basket that hard.
Well, once again, the cutter's cut in front of your face. It shouldn't happen.
If anything, have a foul. Step in there and just check him off. Devils in the half-court set. Inside 2 minutes left. Third quarter action.
Oh.
Good idea on the pick and roll, but Tate didn't keep going and look for the bounce pass from Clausell.
Stop, get the ball.
And they didn't stop Smith, and 2 straight baskets by Smith. Coach Douglas doesn't like it. He wants to talk to his squad. They just got done talking, but it just opened up a 6-point lead. 34-28, and that's the last 4 buckets, both by Smith. Last 4 points, 2 buckets. So in the timeout, obviously, over here with the pick and roll that was kind of miscommunicated here, but then on the other end, we let Smith twice take it to the hole. Hesitation dribbles, but you know he's got the shot, and you know he can take it to the hole, so when he gets the ball, actually deny him the ball if you can, but he works so hard to get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I think we got a little bit too fancy on that. You know, and that was a tough pass to make, with very little room to make it. So, it's one of those things, not there, pull it back out, rerun, but, once again, you got to get into your different sets, because I used to run probably 3 to 4 plays, per 35 seconds.
I like Clausell making the bounce pass because he's got a smooth move. I think if it had been somebody else making the roll, it would have been an easier play. I don't think Avion was ready for it. He got hung up on the screen with the defender.
Well, if you're setting the screen, you better be ready for it because if you set a good screen, you're ultimately going to get the shot.
That is right. Minute and a half left in the third quarter. 1-2-2, full court being applied by the Crusaders. Getting across the timeline, Beeston has it at the free throw line. Oh, and a great bounce pass and a great cut by Freiberg. Freiberg came from the left side to the, basically the right side with a reverse layup. Good pass, good shot all the way around. Good play. Within 4 points. Devils back on D. Freiberg hounding Johnson. Kyle holding on to that ball. Awful close for 5. Luke Smith. Tate made the mistake of overplaying and going after the ball. You cannot cheat if you're going to guard Luke Smith. The cheat cost us 2 points on that one. Smith really taking it to the hole. Nice bounce inside. Oh! I thought Franklin fouled Tate from behind. Tate missed the layup, a little strong. 42 seconds left in the half. Check that the third quarter. About 13 seconds differential, shot and game clock. Cometh in the game. And touching him 35 feet from the basket. You might call it cheap, but get your hands off him. Joels gets called for the foul. Because you hate those because it's right in front of the official and that far from the basket.
Yeah, he wasn't in a position to score the basketball.
And Cometh doesn't like to handle the ball. He can shoot, as we've seen him. But when he gets the ball and the pressure put on him, that's where I'd come after him. Left side in the half court set, that's Clay, being guarded by his numeral counterpart, Beeston. 2 passes, gives it to Smith on the right side. Inside, we're banging. Looks like Freiberg might be called for the foul inside. Substitution, Kenai Humphrey into the ball game. Jewels will take a break with 22.2 left in the third quarter. Devils down 36-30. Box out of bounds play coming from Crusaders.
Nick and Blake's going to use all the clock.
Cometh was the only guy making a move, and he got an open shot from the right side. The good news is Beeston on the weak side with Clay. Jump ball. We should go back over to the Crusaders, I believe. We got the ball at the start of the second half. So 17.6 seconds left in the third quarter.
Need a stop here.
And a basket at the other end would help, but a stop is the key. Box out of bounds play. Smith works all the way through. Griffith did a good job fighting through it. Franklin trying to work against Parker Douglas. Cometh has it. Kenai on him. Take it away, Kenai. Crossover dribble. There's Freiberg help. Cometh. Hesitation. He lost it. But tracking it down is Johnson. Down to 1 second. And a two-hand throw it over shot at the buzzer. Good defense at the end of 3. Your score as we head to the fourth quarter. The Crusaders 36, your Blue Devils 30. And we're back with the fourth quarter. Hey, baby, right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us here at Kunis Hyundai
and Kunis Honda of Quincy. As we wrap up another wonderful year, we just wanted to say thank you
to our friends, customers, and neighbors across the Quincy community.
Your trust and support made 2025 an incredible year for our Kunis family.
From our family to yours.
We wish you peace, joy, and safe travels this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.
Double checking there is now, I think we were in our loop for some reason. I just looked down, Coach, and the loop was running. So I don't know if it kicked off and back on, but now it looks like the mixer is picking us up. Johnson misses the first free throw. Not sure what happened on that one. Technology, bandwidth, the craziness of all of it. It's gotten better over the last 2 years, I'm saying. Murphy's Law will fight that one. Second one from the southpaw is good. Johnson gets 1 of 2. 42-36. Devils down in the set. Griffith hard to the hole, misses the shot. Good looking shot. On the other side, Franklin. Franklin's going to go coast to coast, and Franklin off the glass as he went hard to the hole. That's only his second bucket of the ball game. 44-36. Devils are down. Inside, Lepper gets it right away and puts the score up. And a quick timeout from Coach Douglas. Lep with the basket here. We've got 3:51 left. Coach, that was interesting there. I looked down, if I wouldn't have noticed that our loop was on there, must have kicked off and kicked back on. So glad you're back with us, sir. You, I, and everybody out there listening. 3:51 left. 44-38. We're down by 6. And this is another quarter that's now it's 2 scores by us, 2 scores by them, and then back and forth. So
yeah, I mean,
we're just matching everybody.
Yeah, it's one of those things we need to get a couple of stops here and a couple of baskets and, bring this back to within, 1 possession game, and we'll have an opportunity here in the last 3:51 of this one.
And while we're sitting here during the timeout, it was a full timeout, so we'll get one more shot in there for the 6th Street Promenade, and that is to talk about 8 Open and Atlas Slice. Stop down to see both the businesses, the Tiptons. They're right there on 6th Street, 601 Main and 121 North 6. Check them out Thursday through Saturday. That's their hours. Beat me in line down there because I'm going to get down. 3:51 left, 44-38. Devils are down by 6. Clausell, Griffith, Douglas, Woodson Jr., and Lepper in the lineup. Full court pressure. Other side, Stephen Brown back in the game along with Smith, Clay, Johnson, and Franklin. Good job in the backcourt. Sometimes if you're worried about the shot clock, you can also get a steal. And Clausell does from the right side. Clausell, that great job in the step through. He slowed it down, made the step through for the basket. Good job by Jules. It's a 4-point game, 44-40. Devils down by 4. Right side, Douglas is hounding. Griffith now changes up on Smith. Backdoor cut, Brown. Brown, though, found the weak side. Oh, had to be something there because Johnson went up in the air and grabbed the ball in the air, but I don't know if he grabbed it, then came down and went up. I thought it was a travel, but then again, I'm 84 feet away. Instead, it's going to be an and one possibility here. Johnson gets the basket. We'll have one more free throw to go. And I think maybe he was already in the air, so when he caught it, he came back down and went back up. No good on the shot. Woodson Jr. with a big rebound. Coming across the other side, fouling him is Franklin, I believe. Franklin has at least 3 fouls that I have, and we're not quite in the bonus because otherwise we'd be walking down here to take the shot. Lepper to tie his shoe, gives a little break here with 3:17 left in the ball game. Luke Smith just came over and pointed at Lepper or something and saying something. I don't know what that was. That was interesting. Might have been talking about something else. Devils, 84 feet from the basket, down by 6. 46-40. Parker Douglas brings it up against Clay on the timeline. In the high post, that's Lepper. Behind the arc now. Fighting through Clausell through a screen, trying to get to the side. Griffith starts to make a drive in hesitation. Backs it out. Jewels will reset. Still 19 on the shot clock. Jewels to reset the offense to the left. Woodson pops out high. Lob inside high-low. Lepper goes up, scores. Luckily, Brennan didn't get a call because it looked like he pushed off. Wouldn't you agree?
Good patience, catching the ball. I think he had 2 shot fakes before both of them flew by. Then he had the little layup.
Devils within 4 with 2:40 left. Reverse layup. No good there by Kyle Johnson for Althoff. Parker Douglas. Good job there hustling by Kyle Johnson.
Saved it.
He tipped it out and came all the way down 30 feet and almost into our table. Double check, make sure everything's still on. Devils had the ball, but nobody lets Parker know that, hey, Johnson is on the floor. He got up and came back and snuck up.
You've got to know that as a point guard. Somebody's always behind
you. Should feel it, yes.
Somebody's always behind
Yep, you got a shadow. 15 on the shot clock for Althoff. 2 minutes left in this one. Smith bringing the dribble through the legs. He's going to pull up for 14. No good. Parker Douglas fights for the rebound. On his back was Clay.
But once again, no box out. You know, we didn't have any contact until the ball was in the air and we were going up for it. You got to have contact first, then go get the ball.
Well, we tried to go get the rebound again without making the contact. The guy behind us is a little taller. A quick timeout. Let's check if it is a full or a 30. Well, guys are sitting. No, they're standing up, so we'll stay here too.
They're sitting over there.
Oh, so it's a half a 30 and a half. One team gets a 30 and the other gets a full. So with them sitting, we'll take a quick break. Come back for the last 1:57 here in Collinsville, mechasportsco.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Back at the auxiliary gym in Collinsville, Wellman and Pettit on this Sunday afternoon for the 1 o'clock time. Devils are down 46-42 with 1:57 left in the ball game. Got it back there with the last basket. It was a 4-point game a minute ago, 44-40, so we've been hanging in that 2 to 6 range. Coming out from the timeout, it will be Douglas, Clausell, Griffith, Woodson Jr., and Lepper. Other side is Clay, Brown. I'm sure Smith will be in there. I don't know if Smith came out today, has he? Franklin and Johnson.
Nope.
Kid can run forever. Energizer Bunny stuff. And for some reason, a lot of talking out there. Not sure what that was. Luke Smith down there talking again. Box out of bounds play. Part of a box out of bounds play. Flash into the corner. They've got to go all the way out. Clay, wasn't anything left on the shot clock. No good. Inside, and they call the foul. The shot clock was winding down. It was thrown up. It came up kind of an air ball. But Franklin grabbed the ball, scored, and the Devils fouled. Bad luck there.
Lepper picked one up. That might be his 4th.
He had 2 early in the ball game. I think he did have one in this half. 48-42 with 1:52. Franklin and Johnson are all over inside on the boards. They're very aggressive. Franklin completes the 3-point play on the other side. They had missed a couple of them earlier here. And it's a 49-42 game. Devils down, have the basketball. Woodson looks inside for Lepper. Lepper's got to come to the other side where Griffith is. Outside Clausell, shot comes up short. Clay tracked it down for Althoff. Parker Douglas was right behind him there. Smith, little chuck there, kicks it out. Brown, back to Smith in the corner. Smith is a right-hander. No good on the shot. Ball's tipped around, almost went in. Now Franklin tracks it down. Big step there by Clay when he made that move. Down to 1:15 and 15 on the shot clock. Smith, the crossover dribble, lost the handle on it. Parker Douglas took it away. Then Parker Douglas gets tripped. He grabbed him by the ankle as he went by. How about an intentional foul on that? Because he stopped him from making the move, and it was going to be a 2-on-none break. Would you agree, Coach? I mean, you're on the floor, and you reach up and grab a guy when he takes off.
I mean, I don't know how the high school rules are, to be honest with you.
Either way, 1:08 left. Devils are down by 7. Need a good offensive possession here. In transition. Lepper up high. Actually, way up high at 35 feet. Left side, Parker Douglas. Douglas comes to the dribble around Woodson Jr. Picked up his dribble. Franklin just all over him. Good lob, high-low, and that was a great pass from Lepper. A good move by Woodson Jr. He hits the basket, and he did that fake there, let 2 guys, like we did last time, fly by you, and then take the easy shot.
Yeah, and, Coach Douglas got a quick timeout now. I don't know if it's a 30 or a full.
Well, we're here either way.
But we got to do that to stop the clock. And now we're going to have to put our diamond and one press on here. Try to get a quick steal. If not, got to make a foul, get them to the free throw line.
Try not to foul Smith. Excuse me there. That's my Mountain Dew break. 65 and still putting it down. Keeps me going and going. 47.9 left here. 49-44. Devils are down by 5. Timeout was taken. Like we talked about at the end of the first half, need a couple good defensive stands, obviously. Come down with a good offensive set. We've got the ball inside a couple times there. Woodson Jr. as well as Lepper looking good there. So don't need the first quick shot, although with 47.
Well, we need quick shots.
Yes.
The first quick shot, which if that's going to the hole, go to the hole, get it. Hopefully we have, a couple, 3 timeouts left to extend this ball game, in order to get back into it.
And that is a key there, Coach. So many times people will set up an offensive set, trying to look for a 3, trying to get the 3-point play. That quick 2 is so good.
Well, quick 2 and then timeout. Now's where you put the pressure on, try to get a steal. I mean, if you can get a quick steal and then put the pressure on again.
Crumble to take it out of bounds. Right here in front of us.
Don't let them get the ball. Don't stand
Brown,
behind
Clay,
them.
and Smith.
Don't stand behind
Deep
them.
is Franklin and Johnson. Had a hold. Clausell, I believe, is called for the hold inside. It's got to be at least Joel's 4th. Coach Douglas didn't want that because with 5 fouls, it takes the ball from the baseline and marches 85 feet the other way for 2 free throws. On the day, though, looking at
we'll put Smith on the line, which is not a good scenario.
No. Smith is 0 for 1 today. They're making some discussion there as Lauren Green waits to check in. Of course, not the Lauren Green. At the line will be Stephen Brown. Brown will shoot 2. He's not been at the line yet today. 2 shots. First half, it was 1 for 3 for Althoff at the free throw line. This half, 2 for 4. And Brown hits the first one. 1 more to come. Clay will check out as Lauren Green checks in. Devils down 50, 44, 47.8 left in this ball game. Stephen Brown. Second one good too. Brown's got a nice touch. 51, 44. Devils down by 7, excuse me. Clausell on the right side. Lobbed inside to Woodson. Nobody on the weak side. Good pass by Clausell. Woodson gets the basket.
Maybe got a little bit of a push, in the bottom there.
And actually, it was funny because when Clausell made the pass, he was actually taking the ball up top to there and just looked it up there, and there was no weak side help. So a great look by Jewels and a good basket. Devils have to foul. Again, it's managing the clock at this stage, which means stretch it out as far as you can with 32.3 left, down by 5. You got to get every opportunity. Lepper's waiting to check in. You got to wait till the second shot.
Still a 2-possession game, right now. So if we can make a miss out of one or 2 here, then it'll be a 6-point game. Then we need 2 threes to tie it up with 32 to go, 32 seconds to go.
Joels went out. Lepper came in. But before the first shot, in between the shots, so I don't know if it might have been his 5th. We don't have anything up on the board. First free throw is good for Crumble. You'd like to see Althoff crumble in this game. Devils pull out a win. 32.3 left. Screen out. No good. Devils get the rebound, but then it's tipped away from them. Smith had it knocked out.
That can't happen.
Good news was it was knocked out by Althoff. It will be Devils basketball. I thought it was going to be Althoff's basketball, which was a little scary there. 30 seconds left.
Go.
Devils down by 5. Douglas gets a screen by Lepper. Parker stops, picks out to Lepper. Lepper shoots a 3. Good, nothing but net. Lepper with a 3-pointer. Quick timeout. Good job by Lepp with the 3, brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Still time to get the kitchen and bath for your significant other. Big hit there. 51, 49, 19.4 left. Lepp got in foul trouble early and set most of the first half. In the fourth quarter, he went down low with 3 buckets, hit that 3. He's got 9 in the fourth quarter, 10 for the ball game.
Well, he's picked it up. They've got him the ball in proper positions. You know what I mean? Down low, hitting those outside. That's a nice little addition to his game, but that's not where you want him to be living.
But if he is out there, he is unbelievable threat not only to shoot but to pass from the top.
Well, yeah.
But again, I'd like to have him about 2 feet from the basket.
Yeah, I mean that's about 80% score rate.
It's good stuff. 19.4 left. Althoff's got a 51-49 lead. Timeout was taken by the Devils after the bucket. Devils have scored 5 straight to make it a 2-point game. Coming out for the timeout, Douglas Beeston. Tate's in the game. Woodson Jr. Lepper's out, so again. And then
offensive, defensive substitution.
You got it. Bigger and slower, go for the guards. Trying to get it in. Crumble, can't get it in.
Oh.
And a foul. Everybody's cutting to the basket. And they call a foul out of it. We'll head the other way again. That's 19 seconds even.
I think Avion Tate got that one.
Holding there inside as everybody was trying to keep everybody from cutting. It looked like everybody cut to the basket. All the defense was there too. At first I was looking because you couldn't run the baseline because it was after Lepper's shot. So there was no traveling when he ran down. To the line will be Caden Clay. He's at a bucket, but no shots from the line. And a missed free throw. Now, Lepper comes back in.
Cannot give up an offensive rebound like we did last time.
Lepper and Woodson are low. Griffith is there.
Well, they're not going to give up an offense. Well, they might.
And Douglas is in. Where's our 5th player at?
Down there in the
All right,
corner.
Beeston's hiding down there in the left corner. Very nice job. Only problem is Brown sees him. Second free throw is good. So 1 out of 2.
Still a 1-possession game with 19 seconds to go.
52-49.
Hopefully Coach drew something up in the last timeout that if we get the ball back, here's what's going to happen.
15 seconds. Left side.
Throw it away.
Oh. Griffith made a cut. Douglas thought he was going to get the pass to Griffith, and it went right out of bounds. All right, the bench there, the end of the bench was told to sit down. Tate's in, Lepper's out, 12.3.
Freshman mistake there.
Woodson back at half court. Everybody's right down here in the free throw lane making cuts. And a hold called probably on Beeston. We'll head the other direction. That is one key, though, Coach. If you're going to put them on the line, do it right away. So at least we have the ball to move down. If you let them dribble the ball down a little bit with 12.3, it's killing clock.
Yep. They say, taking the ball out of bounds, it's like, okay, you don't get the steal, you got to foul immediately.
Yep. At the line, Stephen Brown. He's 2 for 2 in the fourth quarter.
I used to make those last 30 seconds go about 7 minutes.
This one rolled in and jumped out. Lepper's in, Tate's out. Lepper and Woodson low. Beeston comes all the way down in front of us. Luke Smith follows him down here like
and
a
once
shadow.
again, if he makes this, we need a quick 2, call timeout, and then put the defensive pressure on.
Second free throw's up. No good. Oh, it hits and comes in.
Okay.
It was on the right side.
We're gonna layup, go.
53-49. Devils in the half-court set. And it looks like Johnson just pushed down Lepper. Johnson's played physical. He's thin. But all day long, Johnson and Lepper have been in there battling. Lepper's had his hands straight up.
2 shots.
And Johnson's got his straight up. 7.4. Here's the cuts. Nobody's open. Lepper pulls up for the 3. Off. Griffith, strong. Griffith, no good. Weak side. Woodson gets it blocked. Devils were right there for 2 baskets. One was a little long with contention. Woodson's got his blocked. And the buzzer goes off. Not enough time in this one for us to pull it off. The Devils lose this one 53-49. Wow. Close ball game.
Valiant effort by the young Blue Devils tonight, against a seasoned, Althoff team that's played, a lot of good teams here the last 3 years. So, good job, good effort tonight. Got to shore a few things up on the offensive end, especially with this 35-second shot clock.
That is key. Some good moments, and as Coach always mentioned, he wants them to play hard. And if you're going to make mistakes, make them playing hard. There was some out there. There was a lot of good things. And when we had that ball in the last transition, that was a tough one there because we did the old you zig and I zag, and we had miscommunication.
Yep.
And when that miscommunication came through, we lost the ball. So I had your headphones plugged in the wrong place there, Coach. Not that it really mattered. It still came through, didn't it? I'm going to hand those to you for Coach when he does come in. And with that, that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Stick around, though. We've got the Hardy's postgame show. We'll also have the coach's comments brought to you by QHS. Should be a good postgame. We'll talk about it. I know it's a loss here, and Devils are going to now go to 2-8. They now will play at 6 o'clock. So for some of us who have to get to bed early, that's not the reason we like, though. It'll be a 6 o'clock ball game. We'll double-check that before we go off the air. But the Devils play hard, get it close, within 2 points at 51-49. But the last 2 free throws made by the Crusaders. And your final, Althoff Catholic Crusaders 53, your Quincy High Blue Devils 49. Stick around. It's the postgame right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
This season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Yes, college football is back.
Our lives finally have meaning again.
After a really long offseason.
Look, our QB's on the draft slide.
Whoa! Oh, he's going. To where? Not where he expected.
Everything will be questioned.
What is this place?
Don't they know it's Saturday?
Everything.
College football is changing.
The Dr. Pepper flavors, too.
It's all connected.
Fansville Season 8.
I don't think I've ever seen someone slide so far.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome to the Hardee's postgame show, brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Brian Harms and company. Devils fall 52. Check that 53-49. Good ball game out here for the Devils. Just come up a little bit short. They continue to learn. They continue to play hard. And like Coach said, they continue to make some mistakes. They're going to make them, but make them when you hustle. Game started off early at 1 o'clock, a little after 1 o'clock. After 1, Althoff led 16-10. Halftime, Devils found themselves down 24-19. Third quarter, still hanging out there with a 6-point deficit, 36-30. Devils got within 2 points. It was there at 51-49. Had the ball, too, and we lost the ball. Still hung on. We had a couple fouls. 2 for 4 from the Crusaders, and that stretched it from 2-point victory to a 4-point victory for Althoff, and they are now 6-6. Devils will fall to 2-8.
Just couldn't quite get over the hump. I mean, we got it, down by 6, have a couple good stops. The defensive end come down, put the ball in the basket, and then I don't know. It was one of those back and forth games. This is a good game for the kids. I mean, they're going to learn. When you get down to the last 3 minutes, it's a little bit different than the first 3 minutes. That's one thing with this young group. You're seeing a lot of growth here, in the first half of the year.
And we'll be figuring out where we fall out here. Loss out here at game 19. I got to believe we come down here to game 24 at 6 o'clock. So it'll be a 6 o'clock with a victory. It'll be 10 a.m. in the morning. And we'll probably be in Bloomington as we have had the girls at 11:30 in the morning. Still hanging on the winner's side of the bracket. All right, let's break down the scoring first for Quincy High. They were led in scoring 12 points from Jules Clausell. He hit 2 threes early in the game, 1 in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter. Jules played a very hard ball game out there. 10, Brendan Lepper. He had 9 of those, all in the fourth quarter as he was riddled with those 2 fouls early in the ball game. 7 points from Tim Griffith. hit a three-pointer in the third. He had a couple early baskets. 7 from Thomas Woodson Jr. A couple of buckets were late. 4 points out of Parker Douglas. Before that, it was Avery Beeston with a bucket and a 3 for 5 points. We had 2 from Wilson Freiberg. Freiberg, in those moments he got in, was a spark, and on that basket as well. And Avion Tate, 2 points as well. Looking up and down there for guys who might have got in but did not score. Kenai Humphrey was that only man. Milton Whitfield is waiting to be that guy that gets in the scoring column. On the other side, for Althoff Catholic, they were led to scoring 17 points out of Luke Smith. Only 2 points in the fourth quarter. Only 2 points in the second quarter, too. But he does so much other things as well. 10 points from Kyle Johnson. Johnson late was strong. Johnson had 6 all of his points in the fourth quarter. Johnson and Franklin both attacked the basket. Stephen Brown with 8, including 3 free throws at the end, 3 out of 4. 7 points from Michael Franklin, 5 of those in the fourth quarter as well. 5 points from Jay Crumble. We got 3 points from Caden Clay, and Evan Cometh came into the ball game, and he hit 1 3 in the second quarter. Also in the ball game, but not scoring. As I glanced down, they didn't do a lot of substitutions out there. Lauren Green was in throughout the game. Evan Cometh came in, and Caden Clay, and that was pretty well it from their squad. They played 8 deep, I believe, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, good ball game tonight. Both teams getting after it. Execution on the offensive end. Defensively, I thought we did a very good job. Anytime you hold somebody to 52 points, you should get the W out of it. And offensively, I think we need to execute a little bit better.
We get the loser of this game here at 2:30. I believe Rockford East is right here in front of us.
Yep.
The E-Rabs, as I always love that. And I think
the E-Rabs, coached by Coach Roy Sackmaster. Heck of a coach. He's been up there for probably 20 years.
And did Lincoln beat Granite City, I'm assuming?
I have no idea.
I'm looking on the other end. That doesn't look like Lincoln, right? There's no green in the uniform. But the green and red were combined, so that is Granite City on the other. And so we've got the loser of Granite City out here. And look at that schedule then. That's right, we do have one more game. I go, where's that fourth game at? It'll be at either 10 o'clock tomorrow. Either way. That's right. Now, question that. Is one of them in the main gym, I guess, and then one of them must be here, unless we're going to try to play 4 teams on that court. That'd be interesting out there. Devil's still in the learning process here, and they're trying to get everything together. We'll get a chance to talk to Coach Douglas after the ball game on that. He's across the way. So we have a chance to talk to him, get his breakdown on it, and probably the same thing we got in the pregame and the game yesterday. Playing hard is there. It's getting down to just 1 or 2 things here or there, the little things. But we're learning, and that's the key. Learn, play hard, learn, and have fun. Anything better than that?
Win. I'm sorry.
That's the bonus, and yes, it is. So
I'm sorry. Winning, makes a whole lot of bad plays a lot better.
Yep. Although coaches, as we know, we win. We probably break down the game more at practice than when we lose. Now, well, they're both probably equal. Hey, we'll take a quick break, come back to the Hardee's post-game show. Wellman and Pettit wrapping things up here in Collinsville Auxiliary and waiting for Coach Douglas on mechasportsco.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecha Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit mechasportsco.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Back at the Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight. Better bed, less money. Sleep Tight. Jacksonville and Quincy. And I believe online it's sleeptightmidwest.com. I believe that's their website. I think I checked that right. sleeptightmidwest.com. Waiting for Coach Douglas here as the next game is about ready to play. We'll be ready. Of course, it'll be a little quicker than the 9 o'clock game. So a 6 o'clock ball game on the air probably at 5:45. Tomorrow for all those fans out here at 11:30 in the morning at Bloomington, it's the Blue Devils from the girls' side. They will be at the Shirk Center, turning it around after a Great ball game last night. I mean, a great game. They took DePaul College Prep Rams to the actual end of the line. Devils led 49-47, 9.8 seconds left. Did a good job of covering everybody in the offense. And then the weak side play, we left our player, came in hard, and it was weak side help. Puckett, the freshman, was there, went in at the buzzer, very softly in too. I think it caught part of the rim and kind of slid in there. And I know the Devils were demoralized there. Anybody who plays hard like that and loses on the last-second shot like that, it digs a little bit. Coach was up quick.
Well, once again, the level of competition, when you're playing DePaul College Prep, and they've got 2 of the last 3 state championships in 2A and 3A, you're going to expect a battle. And the Lady Devils came out yesterday and, gave them that challenge. Had it up by 2. The last-second shot went in. Sometimes those go in, sometimes don't. Like I said last night, I've been on both sides of that. You know what I mean? Been on both sides of that. So, yeah, a strong game by the Lady Devils tonight. Hopefully they can get a couple of more here and come out of State Farm, with the 3-1 record. And that's what you're looking for.
DePaul went big. Of course, they had 2 big girls inside, Lee and Totero. We frustrated them very much at the end. I mean, I think Miley probably did a little foul in there too, but they were frustrated inside.
Well, you go 6'2", 6'2", 5'11", you know what I mean? And then Troutman at 6'8", she was out there on Chloe, guarding her. And then Giordano, she was a little sniper out there.
Yep, we're going to mention Ava there, and she hit the threes.
If you didn't get within 3 foot of her and she was 5 feet behind the line, she was going to let it up. And, she made 5 threes the other night. So
I almost thought it was 6. I was just about ready to try to recall that because I knew it was 5 for sure. And she handled the offense and the defense. Court general out there.
Oh, yeah, she got in, the girls' faces when we were bringing the ball down the court. So, yeah, heck of a game.
They had a good ball team out there. And, of course, 13-0, you got a good ball team. And you've gone off to state there. And the Devils just had it. It was right there. And, as we're watching. And
well, once again, learning process. We got juniors and sophomores playing. You know what I mean? They had seniors playing. They have been through those. They've been that team. I guarantee you, there's 3 or 4 kids on that team that have one of those little medallions on it that says first place. You know what I mean? And that's experience that you can't get.
And we don't see those teams. That's why we go to the State Farm Classic. You'll see teams you might not see, and they came down from Chicago. And for them, DePaul doesn't see us downstate. I know they did come down for the boys' shootout one year. By the way, the Devils beat DePaul. Kleinschmidt, the coach, who was at Gordon Tech as a player. Gordon Tech turned into DePaul College Prep, by the way. He wasn't very happy, and so he went on to win a couple state titles himself.
He never is very happy.
Exactly. That's kind of a coach, though. You want to be – well, you got to be happy, though. You got to be
I met him a couple times. He's not a very happy person.
That just is a stress on your life.
This is the thing why I quit coaching, so I'm a happy person now.
There you go. It is amazing how the stress, if you put it on yourself and you don't get a release there, it does make a big, big difference out there.
That's the one thing the wife always told me.
Coach Douglas now coming up here, and he's got his glasses off again, so we'll catch Coach as soon as he puts on his headset, puts down his bag, and all the good stuff out here. That's the great thing about radio. We get to tell you everything he's doing at the moment. That he doesn't have his glasses on. He put them on during the game at a key point and then took them back off. So I don't know if there was any strategy there. Coach, another hard-fought game. It came down there. We had it within 2. Fouled and got a couple opportunities there, but walking away losing 53-49. What's the learning experience from this one?
We played much better. I think if you want to look to the positive, I really loved how our guys competed in this game. Probably, one of the more complete games from first quarter to fourth quarter without taking time, plays off, quarters off. The effort was great by our guys. The execution wasn't always great, but that's something that we talked to them prior to is, you're going to make mistakes. There's going to be things that you do. We made plenty of them today, but we still have to be able to play through those mistakes. We still have to be mentally tough enough to get back and guard for possessions, and I thought our guys did a pretty good job of that. Now, we have to learn to be consistent in that area, and it's not going to be any easier playing 2 games in a day against really good competition. But that's a challenge that this group needs to look forward to, because this is where you learn, how tough a team really is. Playing 1 game is one thing, but can you continue that type of effort, that type of focus for 2 games and continue that through the season? We'll see.
We had to make an adjustment early in the ball game, too, from our game plan, and that was Lepper got in 2 fouls, and he had to come out, so we missed him in the first half. And with that, I know that double foul, I'm kind of one – tell them, hey, guys, let's just clean it up a little bit. But
right.
I guess you said it there. But that gives a disadvantage because now each guy has a foul that really wasn't necessary.
It wasn't necessary for either one of them. And, you start the game out like that. You need to start the game out with a warning to both players, just like you're going to warn a coach on the sideline, for throwing a temper tantrum or yelling at the officials. You're going to warn them first for the most part. And that didn't deserve a double foul for either one of the guys. But, I give credit to Brendan Thomas inside. They did a good job of in the second half, even when they were getting face guarded and being, players playing them physical. They stayed the course. They didn't let their, emotions get the best of them and, put together a pretty good fourth quarter getting the ball inside to him.
And Johnson in the game and Lepper had his hands up. Johnson had his hands up too. So, it was almost like intertwined. Let's call a couple more of those.
Right.
Here's the key, though, one of the keys. Starting out, I think it was the end of the half, was where we needed a couple good defensive stands and a couple good offensive stands. Coach Pettit called it out. You did just that. So going into the half, feeling comfortable. And then in the third quarter, we just kind of traded back and forth. Right. But it did give us a chance to get to that last part of the game and still have a chance to win. Yeah,
and again, it's effort, with our group. And during that timeout, we said the same thing. This is with a minute and a half left. We get 2 stops and execute two offensive possessions. We're in really good shape, and they did that. Second half, and this is the slow part that, I wish would happen a little quicker, and we got to, our coaching staff does a pretty good job of coming up with ways to get them to learn and understand the game, but unfortunately you learn it by playing it, and they're learning on the fly, but we got to dive more into game film of watching what we do offensively, watching what we do defensively. There were a lot of possessions out there, both offensively and defensively that we did really well. We executed really well. And then there's some where, you let 10 get loose, being their best player, ends the game with 17 and a couple wide open 3-point shots because we're not there to cover him. Force anybody else on that team to score, not him. So those are things that we got to learn. We got to be better at. But, if you're talking just effort today, that, I'm pleased with the effort.
Well, I thought the one thing is you guys made your adjustments. I know playing with the 35-second shot clock a little bit different.
Yep.
First half we look a little sluggish getting into our sets and so on and so forth. Second half, much better getting to the end, passing, moving, and going from there.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job there. It's just little things that equate to massive things through the grand scheme of things in the game, and cutting hard. Catching and facing, how many turnovers we had at the top of the key or on the wing because we didn't get open. Some of those type of things that, our turnovers are mistakes that are on us. It's not on what the defense is really doing, because if you're not open, it goes right into a ball screen. There's options to it. And sometimes with this group, the options, they seem to just kind of, you can see the mouse on the treadmill in the brain just, pedaling away, trying to figure out what that next move is. We got to get to the point where it's just second nature. We're getting there, but we're not there yet.
As Izzo always said, the smaller the detail, the more important it is.
There's no doubt about it. Absolutely.
Hey, I got a couple details out here. Did Woodson start the game with wearing number 14?
Yeah, he had blood on his jersey.
That's what I wondered. All of a sudden I looked down, he had 24, and I went double take. So now while I'm on that, some coaches have towels for plays and other stuff. Earlier I said you didn't have your glasses on. Then you put your glasses on at a strategic time of the game. Then you took them back off. Has nothing to do with nothing more than just –
nothing more than my glasses broke and I don't have a backup. And it's Sunday and nobody's open apparently. So, I've needed an eye exam for a long time. Now I guess it's time I have to. So, Playing blind today. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little different, but we'll see.
Well, that's what happens when you take so many shots from behind the arc. Finally, then that, those eyes seeing that far away. So
I like it.
We're going to go with that. Got to turn right around at 6 o'clock for a ball game. We've picked the loser of this one here.
Yep.
So we'll get after that. And I think we'll come back and play a good ball game. I think these guys are resilient. I've loved watching them. They're young, so they have that opportunity.
Yep, another good opportunity. Really good for this group, playing 2 games in one day. See if we can muster up the same energy we started the game and finished it with this afternoon.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, appreciate that.
And that's Andy Douglas. His comments, of course, brought to you by the QHS Auto Group. Faith, family, and giving back. When we return, Coach Pettit and I will wrap up the Hardy's post-game show after you hear this word from the guys at QHS. By the way, when I come back, I forgot to talk about it earlier. We're getting a little challenge here for their salesmen as well. Back for the post-game here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
QHS Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QHS Honda.
And QHS Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QHS Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QHS makes it easy.
Welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. I mentioned, and I forgot to really mention it the last couple of days, everybody saw me in the QHS automobile, and that was a Honda, a 2018. During the holidays, they sold it right out from underneath me. Awesome job there. And, of course, Jeff Kahn is the main guy over there at Honda. Other side is Levi Billman with Hyundai. So the challenge is this. I got a 2024 Chevy Malibu right now. They're getting short on stock, even though they've got a load of cars in their new and used lots. So I got a 2024 with about 68,000 miles. So it's highway miles from somebody. That's 2 years. Buy it. Someone get out there and buy it out from under me. All the sales guys out there at Honda and Hyundai, they're going to challenge to see how many cars they can get me out of throughout the season. That sounds like fun, except when you're the guy that has to keep moving equipment and get it out there. I'm not sure if I got a commission in that as well. I'm going to have to double check. So, again, a 2024 Chevy Malibu, 68,000 roughly on it. Give a guy a call or a gal at QHS Honda and QHS Hyundai for that. There's our break there, and let's see how that works out. All right, Coach, last thoughts on today's game.
Once again, I keep saying it, young team that's learning, and they're getting better each and every time out. This team's going to have some upsets in them, coming up towards the end of the year. You know what I mean? And I look forward to next year and the years after.
One game at a time, though, and it takes the auxiliary gym here at 6 o'clock. We'll be on there at 5:45 to do the pregame show. But for Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. Been a fun afternoon down here in Collinsville. Your final score, the Althoff Catholic Crusaders 53, your Quincy High Blue Devils 49. And it's been Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
Here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.